Hey, what's going on, guys? It's JRez here. Um, I know I said in the previous video that things were getting, basically handled, right? And I said that I was trying to kind of keep up with the videos and stuff, but apparently that wasn't the case. So I'm just gonna say for right now, during the sake of this video, um, just like I guess I will do a next one whenever I can. I think I'm able to, but like I said, I don't want to give you guys the wrong. You know, I said I'm gonna do it next week, and next week comes by and I didn't. So so this video today is not really a reaction. Just more. Basically, I'm just gonna talk about what happened from the previous video up until now, um, why I've been MIA basically, and some more information I just want to let you guys know about what's going on as well. On top of that, um, oh, yeah, this is like a lot going on, so it's not really easy to discuss this, especially on YouTube. But um, I guess we'll start with my depression. I don't know. During that video, I kind of talked about it. Didn't really give you guys a whole feel of my depression. I haven't checked my recent videos in a while, so as of right now though, I'm not really depressed. But in the past, up until I just posted that, recent video, probably from that point for maybe a week or two or a week and a half, I was feeling depressed, and that was just because my mom, she's doing a lot better, by the way, but um, she could still be hiding that the fact that she is still, not feeling well. She's just saying that. But as far as I've been seeing her in the past few days lately, I think she is getting a lot better now. Um, she has some company. I think it's just basically she felt alone. My dad is always working. And my brother's now working as well. He has his own job. He used to work with my dad, but he has his own work now, so that's good for him. But at the same time, my mom is just like by herself, and during this COVID crisis, is she used to do her normal things before this started, and that's also another thing I want to talk about, the COVID thing. But we'll get into that later. But yeah, so I was basically depressed because my best friend, I think I did mention in the previous video, if I recall, some things I do remember, that he was going into surgery. He just got out of surgery. Um, I think it was last week. Last week? No, it was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Um, I honestly don't know. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff going on, but I believe it was 2 weeks ago. And yeah, it was 2 weeks. Yeah, it was definitely 2 weeks ago. And then that he got out, and then as of last, I want to say last Tuesday, he was tested positive. Um, yeah, but I'll get into that a little bit more later. Right now, I just want to let you know how I'm feeling right now. I'm not feeling too great, but I'm feeling a little bit better. Like I said, I'm not totally depressed, but before I was. and it was just like a lot of stuff going on. I couldn't sleep. I had a bug situation going on, and had to deal with like how many pest control um pest control experts, and dealing with the apartment management. They don't really handle the issue too well. And I think I told you I, I have pets. We have pets. Me and my girlfriend have pets, two dogs, and I'm an animal lover, by the way, guys. Like I can't stand animal cruelty one bit. Um, like people who think, especially dogs, like those who have them, who treat them with disrespect. Like I know they're different than humans, but it's a living, breathing creature, just like we are, right? I mean, it has a heart, it has eyes, it has. I mean, it looks different, but you don't have to treat something or someone with disrespect just because the way they're different. And it doesn't matter, with race, color, all that stuff. That doesn't matter. We should be treated equally and fairly. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I have two dogs. Like I said, had a whole bug situation going on. I couldn't work because of it. We had to get this whole thing situated. It was really that bad. Like, we don't know where they were coming from. We didn't know how to get rid of them properly. I mean, we had some like pest control supplies, like those sprays and bug sprays and stuff like that. But we were getting stuff from like Walmart and Target, and apparently that wasn't working at all because they just kept coming. So we're like, okay, let's call the office. Let's get an exterminator, and that should resolve the issue. It didn't. It did not resolve the issue at all. This guy was unprofessional. It was just someone from, I don't know, maintenance, I guess, but he wasn't a real professional. Let's just say that. So, I mean, after he did what he did, probably 2 days. We didn't see any bugs for like maybe a day or two after that. So we thought it was over. But after that, we saw him again. It was like we can't. We were getting bugs in our bedroom, like where I'm at right now. I'm in my bedroom right now. And we were getting bugs on the bed. We don't know where they were coming from. It looked like they were coming from underneath the carpet. So I guess it was like carpet beetle larvae or something like that. But yeah. And then yeah, so it's just like we had to get another exterminator, and they told us that they were gonna bring in a professional this time. I was like, okay, great. And so we were probably thought it was best to stay in a hotel, So I couldn't work because of that. Like, we had stayed in one room. My girlfriend went to work while I was at the hotel room with the dogs. And during that time, though, before we got the second exterminator, we were sleeping in the living room. That's how bad it was, guys. I mean, we were sleeping in the living room. We couldn't sleep in our own room. We couldn't sleep on our own bed. I was getting up in the middle of the night, even though I was supposed, like, the days I was working, I said that wrong. Like, I was supposed to. I did work. But I was tired. I was frustrated. I was concerned. Those are basically symptoms that you would get as you fall into a depression state, right? And that's where it was basically headed at that point. Because I couldn't sleep. I didn't get enough sleep I got. Because I don't normally wake up in the middle of the night unless I had to use the bathroom. But I woke up for a reason. I had to check on my dogs, make sure they were doing okay, make sure there was no bugs on them, make sure there was no bugs on their food in case they were eating, check on their beds, and yeah. So I couldn't really sleep. I couldn't really focus work. It was getting that badly. Um, so So when we got the second exterminator, like I said, we went to the hotel. Thought it was over after we got back, and it still kept going. Okay, so I wasn't the only one, but me and my girlfriend were starting to get pissed because like, what are these apartment managers doing? Like, we ask you guys because we don't live in a house. If we lived in a house, this would be our situation. Obviously, it would be our responsibility. But the fact that we're living in an apartment, you know, it is the landlord's responsibility, the apartment manager's responsibility to take care of their residents or tenants. And so it was like, and it was getting to the point where like we would need to sue them. That it was like that point, you know, and because this was like getting ridiculous. I wasn't getting sleep. I was getting frustrated. I was getting worried. All that stuff. So, and that just put me back into depression, basically. Sorry, this drawer is not closed and it's driving me nuts. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know, these people that we deal with, the apartment managers that we deal with, like, and it wasn't like this when we first moved in. By the way, guys, like it wasn't like this at all. How it is right now, because I don't know, it's very unprofessional, and I know, and I I know how you should be treated and everything because I studied in business. Um, but yeah, it was getting to the point where we had to sue them, but we couldn't because we signed a contract, and then we have rent insurance policy or something like that, and then or well, we had the yeah we had the rental insurance policy, whatever it was. So that basically puts us in a position where if we do decide to sue them for not um, the fact that living in this unit where we're at right now is not suitable, not in a good condition to be living in, basically, is what it was. But under that policy, under that contract, I guess I should say, that we cannot sue them. So that was getting me, by the sound of that, that sigh. You know where this was. You basically know where this was going, right? It was getting me really upset, getting me mad that you guys don't handle this situation seriously. And I was just gonna ask them before it got any worse, but thank God it got better. But if it did get any worse, I was gonna tell them, put yourself in our condition, right? You're living here. You have 2 dogs, or how many dogs? I don't care. You have 2 dogs, or like I said, whatever, how many. You have all these bugs. We called you guys for an exterminator twice, not once but twice, to get this resolved, and it wasn't getting resolved at all. Oh, and by the way, they said that we weren't fully prepared for a full bug extermination or something. I don't know. Which, I don't know. We're moving, by the way, guys, at the end of the lease. I would love to move earlier, but we would pay and all this stuff, so we have to wait until the lease ends. Which is dumb and stupid, but whatever. But yeah, so that's basically what led me into depression. Was getting all this stuff going on in my head. I was thinking about, if we had to take this to court and how, um, if by chance though we didn't sign that contract about the bug thing, whatever, we would definitely take them to court. I don't know where me and my girlfriend and her brother would be right now if we did. We probably wouldn't be living here if that was the case. But since we signed a contract and had a rental life policy, whatever, we couldn't sue them. So, anyways, going to the next thing. The next thing is just basically, it's not just a state thing. It's not a country thing. It's a global thing, right? I'm talking about the COVID thing. And for those who are watching out of the US, you probably understand what's going on. You can probably understand that we're kind of heading into a more downward direction with this virus. And that is probably because people don't wear their masks, right? So this is a serious thing. We were told since the beginning. People thought it was a joke. People thought you're wrong. I don't know. I guess CDC was wrong. And you guys are just making this whole thing up. But there's a lot of proof. You can see it at the hospital. You can see it at the hospital. Somebody just came in. I think it was. I think it's her brother. Yeah, so I don't know what's so funny. I don't see how this is wrong. Like, wrong as in CDC is wrong about the virus. But it's not wrong. It's very real. It's very serious. And basically people's lives are at stake. So, like I said, you can see it. You can go to your local hospital if you're close to one. I am, by the way. I am very close. I would say like 5 minutes close. That's how close I am to an actual hospital. Not a small one. I'm talking about those ones that have like 11 floors or something. That's an actual hospital. So, yeah, that kind of hospital. Where all rooms are booked. They're taking care of patients outside of the hospital. So please wear your masks. We're dealing with people who have families. We're dealing with people who probably just got out of college, starting a life. We're dealing with people who probably just got married, who just had a baby. We're basically dealing with people, human beings. And it doesn't matter if we're related, if we're related by blood, We could be step siblings, whatever the case. We're all human beings. And I can't stress that enough. How important it is to wear a mask. For those who just feel like they should not wear a mask, we have technology, people. We really do. Where you can get your stuff online delivered to you. So if you have a problem of wearing a mask, going outside in public to get your stuff, and to wear a mask, if you have a problem with that, just stay home. Stay home. You have a computer. If you don't have a computer, I don't know if you have a smartphone. If you do, you can use that. There's there's services now where people can go to the store for you and just bring it to your door. It may cost extra. It may not. If you have a certain deal or coupon, whatever code, that'll decrease the price, and go ahead and use them. If you have a problem wearing a mask. Also, please sanitize. It's very simple. You can pretty much everywhere you go has a sanitizer dispenser. Gas stations, grocery stores, retail stores. I'm not sure about the movie theater. I'm trying to stay away going to the movies for a while. But if you guys go to the movies, for those who do, I'm not sure how it's like. But as far as going to the grocery store, retail store, gas stations like that, they do have hand sanitizing dispensers. And I'm not sure, those who don't use them, it does come very in handy. I use it. I have my own. I bring with me everywhere I go if I go out. And the reason why I'm talking about this is, as I stated earlier in this video, my best friend who had the surgery had a successful surgery, by the way, thank God, is now tested positive for COVID. And it's not just him, by the way, guys. It's his wife, it's his mom, and his mother-in-law. How he got it was through his mother-in-law. She's a nurse at a local hospital. I'm not sure what the name it was, or what the name it is. I meant to say. But if he told me, I'm keeping that private, for privacy reasons. That's if I did know it. But, anyways. So I'm thinking that patient did not had a mask, or that patient did have the virus, and that's probably what happened. And then she got home. She didn't think much of it, because she was, all nurses are required to wear masks, supposed to sanitize all the time. I'm not sure, in every hour or every 2 hours they're supposed to, because they're dealing with really, really sick people, like people who have the virus or some other kind of illness. And he's been getting worse. I just talked to him, or messaged him, I should say, not too long ago. He has a really bad fever. For those who probably have the virus, probably know what I'm talking about. Um, his lungs are getting worse. So by that, felt like he doesn't have that much time to live. But I told him, the next time you see a doctor, see if you can get an inhaler, nebulizer, or something that helps with the breathing. Because of right now, that's what he needs. His lungs needs to be in full working condition so he can basically breathe, right? And then I want to show you guys something. Let me see here if I can bring it up. If I can. Hold on 1 second. Alright. So, I live in Arizona, guys. I don't know if I told you, but this is where the state I live. So, right now, we have 4,123 cases and 19 deaths. The death is still a concern, even though it's pretty low, but that can go up more by the day or every hour. And this is a very serious thing, as I stated. So please wear your masks. Please sanitize often as you possibly can. Stay home if you are feeling sick. As it says it right there. But I mean, I don't know why it's that difficult to wear a mask. And we were told by the governor as of yesterday, it is now state mandated that people who go out must wear a mask or they will get fined. And for those who feel, this is not getting better, I was like that as well. That, this pandemic is going to get worse and worse. There are hotlines that can help you get through this crisis. Like, not get through the crisis completely, as in, like it's going to be resolved. We're still waiting on a vaccination. I believe we were told by March, hopefully March of 2021, there will be a vaccination available. But for those who feel like, are being depressed or have suicidal thoughts because of the situation we're all in as of right now, there are hotlines that can help you through these tough times. There's still the regular national suicide hotline number. You can always speak to somebody. You can actually call 911, guys, if you are feeling depressed. I just found that out when I was depressed. I was still at school, going, school online. I told my instructor what was going on, and she notified my counselor, and the counselor notified the local police department in my area. And yeah, I had a very suitable conversation with an officer. He was, like I said, we're just having a conversation. There was no judging, nothing at all. He was very polite. Um, he was just there to listen. He didn't. There was no need like for him to say anything. He could just be on the other side of the phone, just listening to my situation. Um, so if you feel like you have nobody, you do have 911 to call. They can dispatch you to someone in their your local police department and speak to an officer who handles these kind of situations. So there is that option for those who are depressed or probably have a thought of suicide as well. But you know, there's a national hotline for suicide. Um, we were also told by the CDC director we were heading to the downward direction because the fact that fall and winter can increase, well, not really increase, but doesn't kill the virus as much. But I mean, kind of in the summertime, though, we were told that it was, but some of the cases were still increasing. So, I mean, at this point, like I said, it's just best to wear a mask, stay 6 feet away. I don't know where people think it's okay to get close to others. We're still in a pandemic situation, guys. It is not over until they say it's over. Um, so yeah, just go. If you don't believe the news, I don't either. Sometimes I don't believe like probably 70% what they say. I don't really believe what the news say 70%, and that's just my personal opinion. We all have our own opinions, so I don't watch the news as much. That is why. But for those who do, I mean that's your opinion. But to me, yeah, I'm just getting wrong information if I watch the news because it's not. They're just needing information, basically, right? That's their job. They need information to give you the story. If they don't have information, they're just gonna get it. I don't know how they're gonna get it, but they just need information every day. So whether if it's the same thing, giving an update on the same thing, or something brand new just popped up in the state or in the country going on. But I don't really follow the news when it comes to COVID cases. I follow the CDC or the AZ Department of Health. Those are the only sites that I trust when it comes to the COVID cases. So, like I said, that's my personal opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong. They're giving you wrong information. But I mean, it's a .gov site, so usually 100% of the time, .gov sites are really accurate compared to .com or .net sites. So, I mean, like I said, guys, this is just discussing certain things, what's going on. I really do hope the new year brings us to a more positive direction. We were told we're going to get a vaccination in the next few months. Hopefully, when that does happen, everybody gets the vaccine that they need, and we can go back mask free, right? So just think about the people, like I said, if for those who don't, if you are living alone, Just think about the people who have families, people who just got married, who just had a baby, and you probably don't even know it because I mean we see people every day that we don't know at the gas station, at the store, at the mall, where whatever the case may be. We don't know that person. That person doesn't know us. We don't know how they live their lives. They don't know how we live our lives. But for the sake of a human being point of view, just wear a mask, sanitize. If and like I said, if you have a problem wearing a mask, you can just stay home and just use those services. Like I said, there's services out there, pick up groceries and stuff like that. Sorry if this sounds like a rant. I am trying not to rant, but I'm just letting you guys know the situation, and it's affecting me because my best friend, who I known since high school, and he's been with me since through the tough times. So hearing that really affects me. So, like I said, guys, just wear a mask. We're dealing with human beings. We're not worthless people. We have things to do. We have people to care for as well. People who we see at stores could be a doctor or a nurse, and you might not even know it. So just wear a mask, stay 6 feet away as possibly can, sanitize, excuse me. Sanitize often. If you're sick, stay home. If you have a problem wearing a mask, use the services. They're out there. And if you don't have a smartphone, if you don't have a computer, ask a friend, call a friend. They can probably do that for you. A family member. You can probably perhaps call even 911 if you have a problem wearing a mask, and they can probably find some organization in your local area who can help you get, the stuff that you need. So, but like I said, guys, hopefully I will see if I'll do another video. Just depending on how I feel. I am just taking this very seriously. I'm not laughing. This is a serious thing. So, yeah. Hope to see you guys in the next one.